The smiles returned to the faces of Manchester United fans. The weekend was a joy to watch. Well, one half was. Gaz Webby joined me for the Full-Time Devils takeover here on Access Manchester, where we talk Manchester United for a whole hour. Now, the Full-Time Devils, they put out Manchester United stuff every week, but you can have your say in the comment section and the Facebook section. But why not have your say today by giving us a call? 0345 111 7625. Come and have your say. Get on the line. Give us a call and we'll get you on air and you have your say about your club, Manchester United. So do it now. If you're in the UK, the normal landline charges apply, so make sure you give us a call. And get your calls in nice and early because we try and get through as many as we can during the show. So get it in now and we can get you on ASAP. Gaz and Webby, do join me. We're talking, first of all, about the news that's coming out about Old Trafford. Quotes from United We Stand suggest that one day in the near future, maybe United could be getting a little bit of an extension. But for fans that go to the club, is that a good or a bad thing? Webby, I know your opinion is maybe that Old Trafford is at the right size now, but, you know, more seats mean more fans, mean maybe a louder atmosphere. Who knows? Have your say on the comment section. Gaz, you'll be reading comments throughout the whole show, so thank you very much for joining me. So strap yourselves in. An hour of Manchester United begins here on Access Manchester. Webby, we'll get to the weekend shortly. Obviously, the Derby game was, you could say, different. Never had one like that in a while. Yeah. The comeback was extraordinary, and we'll talk about players, etc. But let's talk about the news that's happening now. The Sir Bobby Charlton stand talked about maybe an extension to it. Your thoughts on the fact that it's not going to happen, but would you like to see it happening down the line?
Yeah, of course. You always want to be bigger and bigger, but personally I think it's big enough. If they did make it bigger, would these seats be for the younger generation? Affordable seats, affordable season tickets to get these youngsters coming through the gates, which obviously they're now being priced out, some of them. So if they are going to do it, it's got to be for the younger generation to keep the momentum going in the club. Do I think it'll happen? It's going to be hard with building over the railway. You know, it's going to be a lot of hard work. If they can get seats in there, the Glazers and Manchester United will do it because it sets the revenue for them. But they've got to do it to look after the younger fans, the younger generation, which will they do? I don't think they will, because I think within those new seats there'll be an exec area of the two through, especially in the South Stand. But I hope I'm wrong. Let's see if they do it. At the moment, I think 76,000 is big enough for us, you know. I don't want to play Coventry on a Tuesday night in the League Cup final and there's 22,000 there to look embarrassing. But for the future, let's make it bigger if it's possible, but make sure the prices are right.
Make sure you give us a call now, 0345 111 7625. I've got Gaz on the line and Tommy, so we'll get to Gaz soon. Gaz, not you though, I've got another Gaz.
Oh, right.
Apparently he's better looking as well. Gaz, have your say on the comment section. Actually, don't. Gaz, your thoughts on the extension to Old Trafford? Do you think it's needed, necessary, or are you happy with the way things are at the minute?
Not needed, not necessary, and I'm probably still not happy with the way things are at the minute either. I think Old Trafford's probably too big of anything. I think there's too many seats. Get rid of a few and have a safe standing section. We've seen the petition going around, particularly getting a lot of attention in Greater Manchester, so it shows that not just United fans, but you'd expect City fans, Bolton fans, Wigan fans, it's the sort of thing that they want to see as well. I'd rather us have 60,000 seats with a safe standing section. The atmosphere would be so much better. I'm not sure how far away we are from actually making it happen, or English football is from making it happen, but I think it's the sort of thing that if enough fans wanted, it could happen eventually, hopefully. But in terms of the expansion, mate, I don't know what they'd do with it. They'd just have the same prices as there are for the rest of the ground. You'd have the same sort of, the same sort of demographic of people coming in, and it's just going to be just more embarrassing when it's quiet like it is because there's more people in there.
Let's get your thoughts then on the comment section or give us a call 0345 111 7625. Have your say about safe standing in the comment section, and Gaz, you're going to read some out, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
After we speak to the better looking Gaz. Isn't that right, Gaz?
You know, I'm sure our Gaz there's pretty good looking. I know he is.
Well, Gaz speaks to us then on the Full-Time Devils takeover.
I'm pretty bald, so happy days.
I'm ginger. Don't worry about it. So go on.
I didn't want to say it, Gaz. I didn't want to say it.
Bald or ginger? Let us know what's better.
Nothing wrong with ginger, mate. Fizz Brown, what a looker. Do you know what I mean?
Fizz Brown. Right, Gaz, you wanted to talk about next season, the signings you want to see at Old Trafford?
I hate looking forward and not looking back. It's one of them ones like we have to focus on what's here and now. But realistically, next season, looking at the odds, the bookies, they don't mean anything, obviously. Look at Barcelona in midweek. We're third favourites for it next year, behind City and, I don't want to say it, but we know who, LFC. Who realistically is going to get us back up there challenging? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of dead wood leaving the club. How are we going to replace those? You look back to I hate to say it, I sound like a scouser, but the glory days, we had 4 strikers in 99, world-class strikers. Now we've got Lukaku.
It's true. So what, anyone in mind that you think can bring us up to that level? And you raise an interesting question there. Are we third in line for the title next season? Do you not think we're just a bit better than Liverpool at the minute?
Well, yeah, look at the league table now, but I'm thinking more for next season. I think second place is probably sewn up now. Last weekend sorted that out. Well, should do. I wouldn't put it past Wenger to come to Old Trafford one more time and stick a spanner in the works there. Realistically, anyone in the world's available for signing. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you're not going to go and get someone like Suarez, but no one is bigger than any amount of money. That's been proven with the whole Neymar, 200 million. Mbappe was what? Was he more than that? I think he was.
Slightly less, I think. 189 million or something bizarre like that.
It was. Sorry, yeah. But realistically, looking around the league, I'd say for next season, yes, Liverpool are going to probably sign a centre-half to go with Van Dijk. Lovren and Carvin aren't up to it. Anyway, enough about Liverpool, but I don't know who we're going to look to sign.
The thing is,
we need centre-halves. Chris Smalling scored the winner on Saturday, sorry. You can't bank on... You look down the years, you look at centre-half partnerships. We had Bruce Pallister for donkey's years. Rio and Vidic, absolutely, you can put your life on them now. When you just look at Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, I just think, excuse me, I think, we're going to concede here. Even when Rojo comes in, you've got Bailey there, obviously, but you need someone to go with him,
I just going to butt in there, you made some great points, but I think the first thing we need to do is get this goalkeeper signed. Forget about next season, bringing players in. We need to get this kid signed down to a very, very long-term contract, pay him what he needs, pay him more than what Sanchez is supposed to be getting, because without him... We're in a lot of trouble.
There's one for you, Gaz. The Martial debate they had on Full-Time Devils. Make sure you have your say in the Martial debate. If you had your say in the comments, give us a call 0345 111 7625. You talk about these new signings then. Is there still a room in your squad for Martial?
I'd say going forward, probably we need to shore up the defence first. Goalkeeper, get him signed, have a massive buyout clause. Real wants him, give us 300 million quid. I'm sorry, but if Neymar's worth 200 million quid, Jonathan Stones is worth 50 million quid. How much is De Gea worth? Do you know what I mean? A player's worth what a club's willing to pay. I just don't know. De Gea, it's a good point. De Gea needs to be signed. We need a centre-half. We need to replace Carrick because, what ideally, lads, what would your... With the players we've got available now, what would your formation be? Not player, but it's like 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2, 4-3. How would you play it,
Gaz?
I think it's very much more to do with the actual style of football than the formation, which can be changed, not limited to the formation. I like a 4-3-3 personally, but we've seen Chelsea play at times over the last couple of years with 3 at the back and make it actually look half decent. So I think it's more just the style of play, really. I just want to see us playing a little bit more, well, quite a bit more attacking in certain games. Just going back to what you said a little bit earlier on, Gaz, where you were talking about the players that we need to bring in, and you were saying I can't think of a player who would fix us like immediately. And it's like we're still looking as fans for that big star player to come in the summer. But I think this summer it has to be different because we've seen the star players coming in the past and it's not worked perfectly. I'd rather us go out and sign a load of players that well, not a load of players, but a few players that have been properly scouted by the team that us fans have never heard of, because I've said this on the show before, that's what United used to do, or when I was growing up, that's what we used to do.
Who would heard of Solskjaer before we got in?
Who would heard of Evra?
Those players are still about if you look for them. They're about Europe, there's no doubt about it, and they're not going at great prices. Some of these clubs would take a couple of million for someone which would save them or pay their club for the season. So those players are still there. It seems to be now the bigger clubs just go for the bigger names, but there's hundreds of players around there who will do a job for you.
I don't mind us spending just 20 million on the right player rather than an unbelievable amount of money on a player that we know is class that might not actually work in the team.
Guys, thank you for your call. Tommy wants to suggest a player. Tommy, you there, mate? What player would be a good addition to Manchester United?
Just a quick one, lads. I think it's Gareth Bale, to be honest. A lot of people have been giving him a bit of stick. First time caller, by the way. I know, Gaz, I've seen you on United Stand a few times. How are you doing, mate? All right?
No.
Oh, no, full-time Devils. Unless you've been cheating on us,
You've
guys.
been moonlighting, have you?
We'll have a word with him.
It's nice to hear you. It's nice to hear you. Just a quick one, anyway. It's about Martial, Rashford, and linking in Gareth Bale. The reason why I say that is because any time Martial and Rashford has ever standed out for United is when they're up top. Before, obviously, Lukaku came and Ibrahimovic came. Do you know what I mean? If any of you can agree with me,
yeah,
that's the only time they stood out week in, week out, near enough. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I'm not giving them a bit of stick, but when they play now, and I'm blaming it on radio. When they play now, they're always on the wing, and they can only give him like one game out of 5. Do you know what I mean? Because they're playing inconsistent. But I think if Gareth Bale comes, if he keeps him fit, fingers crossed, I think he'll be the one.
It's the keeping him fit.
That's a key question.
That's the key thing, Tommy, keeping him fit.
If he does come available, can he keep fit, and what price are you looking?
It's someone like that, because if they try and rely on Anthony Martial and Rashford, I think they're in trouble, because they cannot score 20, 25 goals a season on the wing. Mm-hmm. They cannot do it. Any time Martial or Rashford score, it's only maybe maximum 10 to 15 goals a season. Do you know what I mean? It's not title-winning players. If you're with me, I love them from the bottom of my heart, but they're not title-winning players.
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, it's not like every winger of a title-winning team across Europe is scoring 25 plus goals a season, because we've got a striker that does it.
I know, but not a lot of clubs nowadays are playing like front three. Look at Liverpool. I hate them from the bottom of my heart, but look what the strike force did against City, the best team in the league.
Yeah,
you understand, one of the best teams in the country.
Go, you saying, Tommy?
When like for instance Real Madrid, Bale, Ronaldo, Griezmann, what's his name, Benzema. Do you know what I mean? Look at PSG, Mbappe, Neymar, and the other fella. What's his name?
Cavani.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I get you.
Lukaku cannot do it week in, week out on his own. Cannot do it against the big clubs every game. Do you understand what I mean? When it comes to the top four, look at the Champions League game the other day. I couldn't believe it. It made me sick to my stomach.
Okay, I understand.
I totally what you're saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tommy.
Bale, you check him if he can stay fit. That's a big question. I watched his performance last night. Very, very poor. Is that because he's not been playing a lot of games? You know, is he carrying this injury? Now, Bale on his day is a world beater. We know that. We've seen it for Tottenham. We've seen it for Wales. But like you're saying, if he does go, what will Madrid want? Would he want to leave Madrid? And can he stay fit? I don't think he can.
Let's not forget about the players that we've already got in the team as well. I mean, I know we've criticised him loads because, let's face it, since he signed for United, he's probably only had 2 good games, but he was phenomenal in both. And that is Alexis Sanchez. He's just coming into his own after, a few weeks getting used to the team. And again, City, to set up 3 goals like that and the vision that it took, he changed that game for us. And going forward, he can be the player to get tons of assists and tons of goals next year alongside Lukaku, because your man's right as well. Lukaku can't do it every week. That's not a slight against him. No player can.
Want to thank Tommy for the call, mate. Tommy, thank you very much for your call. Make sure you give us a call again, top man. Let's go on to Rory. Evening, Rory. You okay, mate?
You alright?
Yeah, we're talking then about Manchester United. You have your say on any topic you want. What do you want to talk about? The manager, Jose?
Sort of. I want to say first, with the extension of Old Trafford, the main problem I've got is every time I go, I don't fit in the seat. I'm like 6'2", and it's like I have to stand. And with all the stewards telling people to sit down lately, it's actually tough to think that they're going to try and cram more seats in. So that's fun for me. I don't know if anyone else.
Completely agree. It happens all the time around me, mate.
Yeah. And then I want to ask, it's not exactly about Mourinho, but it's about, in general, fans and how fans react to things. Because I'm a football coach, that's my job, so I always see like the bigger picture of things. But it seems to me, and 99% of football fans are great, but when I go on to like things on Facebook, like the groups and that, it seems that if one player has one bad game, then they've got to go straight away. But the week before, they've had like the man of the match performance. Like if we lost to West Brom in the next game, it seems like all the fans are going to forget we've just beaten City. I was just wondering if you thought that fans can be, too reactionary to a single moment and not look at the bigger picture, and does it annoy you at all?
I think that what you're describing there, mate, is just a sort of that's just the internet in general at the minute, and social media. It doesn't matter whether we're talking
I can
about.
imagine if Twitter was around in the 70s,
I know,
and 80s of some of the football I watched at United, it would have been blowing up every week.
It's not just football. It's anything else. Yeah. Everyone's either extreme one way or extreme the other. When in reality, 99% of people, like you've said well there, are in the middle and sensible. But you go on Twitter and anonymity comes into it. You see it in YouTube comments as well. People can just say whatever they want and they don't actually mean, or they've not even thought about what they're actually saying.
What do you think about Martial then, Rory, for the next season? We're talking about Martial as well as other topics. 0345 177 Does he have a place at United next season? Is it crucial that we keep him?
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, we signed him for what, £40 million.
Yeah.
He's still young. We pride ourselves on building up youngsters, bringing them through. Of course, he's got a place. It's not a team game anymore. It's not 11 players. It's a squad game. And next season, even though we've got Sanchez, Rashford, Mata, we're going to need more than just 3 or 4 players, and along that, like 3 behind the striker or however they play. So yeah, we need him. He's a good player. He's a good talent. He's only going to get better. So.
Thank you very much for your call there, mate. Top man, Rory. Sorry, I'm going to call you Mark then. Rory, top man, thank you for calling. Mark is our final caller of this section. We started talking about Old Trafford, and then we moved on to safe standing. Mark, you're a man who wants safe standing at Old Trafford?
Yeah, from personal view, obviously, I went to the Brighton game, the FA Cup, and when the home fans are down in the down in the away end, it was a lot better. I thought personally it was a lot better than obviously previous games.
Yeah.
So if the petition gets signed or whatever, then maybe make a new away end, and then put the safe standing down there and just get everyone. Everyone loved it on the Brighton game. It was sick.
And it was loud as well, wasn't it, Webby? It was loud, wasn't it, Webby?
Obviously, I made the point. I was sat in the Stretford end, and it was unbelievable. I was absolutely gutted that I wasn't in there. Now, if that could stay, it would be unbelievable. There's some way we can put the away fans in the top tier, and obviously put that into the L stand, because it was unbelievable. It was a terrible night to sit and watch football, but those lads in the away stand, the United fans, did half warm me up, and my hat goes out to him, and hopefully it can be done full time.
Mark, thank you very much for your call, mate. Guys, you got some comments coming in?
Yeah, there's a lot of people discussing the possible renovation of Old Trafford. Like we say, they are just rumours. It's not definitely happening at the minute. And basically, the big question is, where would we actually play if Old Trafford did need to get renovated for a few months of the actual football season?
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say we can't. I'd rather play at Carrington. I'd rather play behind closed doors.
I do not think we'd play there.
No.
I'd rather
it wouldn't be a case.
We'll play at Oltie's ground, Moss Lane.
I don't think they'd want us. I don't think we would. This is the Full-Time Devils takeover of XS Manchester. We're going to take a quick break with 2 minutes. Here is the question to have your thoughts on, and make sure you use the comment section. If you're on Facebook, comment as well there. If you're listening, 87711, or give us a call. The question to have a think about whilst we go to a break. This is from James C. Can you realistically see Jose Mourinho winning the title at Manchester United? Let us know your thoughts. 0345 117 625. We'll have the lads say and your say after this.
The XS.
So can Manchester United win the title with Jose Mourinho? We're speaking about that.
Nothing.
Gaz just having an off-air. We're on air now, Gaz. Come on, focus.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, sorry about the travel update. That was my fault. We're on air now till 7 o'clock talking all things Manchester United, joined by Gaz and Webby from Full-Time Devils. You can watch us live on YouTube and Facebook, or listen to us 106.1 FM XS Manchester. We're talking before, can Jose Mourinho really win the title of Manchester United? We'll answer that after we speak to Lloyd. Evening, Lloyd. You okay, mate?
Hey guys, you alright?
I'm very well, mate. Lloyd, you spoke to Gaz on Saturday. Was he nice and pleasant?
Yeah, he was alright. I was buzzing when I come out.
Yeah, because tell me about it. You were at the game then, I'm guessing. What were your thoughts at half-time, and then what were your thoughts at full-time?
we was poor first half, wasn't we? It was embarrassing the first half. And, my mate, Brett, he left for half time.
Did your mate go at half time?
Yeah, he left and he ain't watching this. And I said, I'll just wait for the first 10 minutes of the second half. And then we'll see how it goes. And then we end up scoring 1 and then scoring 2. the winner. So
it would have been hard though because obviously 2-0 down to watch City win the league against United. But what a comeback! The payoff is unbelievable, wasn't it?
Brilliant. Like I said to Gaz on Saturday, it was good to spoil the party for the day, and it was great.
Even if it just was for the day. So then talk to us, Lloyd, you're on the Full Time Devils Takeover. Martial, let us know what you're thinking. Does he stay at United next season?
Yeah, I want him to stay. I love Martial. His potential is unbelievable. He's probably, in the next 2 or 3 years, he will be one of the best players in the world. I know we brought him as a number 9. I'd love to see him back as a number 9, but his potential is unbelievable. People talk about Bale, and Martial is the man, and we need to do everything we can to get him to sign. And Mourinho needs to do better with him because the kid's got so much potential.
So your thoughts then, Gaz, on Martial, with Lloyd giving us a call, staying or does he go, or is he making way, or are you worried that he is going to go?
Mate, I'm worried that he might go, definitely, because he's one of my favourite young players that I've seen in Old Trafford in a long time, straight from that debut. The debuts don't come much better than that, coming on against Liverpool and scoring like he did. And I honestly think, I think when he's played, he's always impressed me. I can't think to when he's had a terrible game. The only thing that sometimes you can see is that he gets a bit frustrated, and if the game isn't going his way, he'll just let it pass him by a little bit, which is obviously more important if you're a defender or a midfielder than it is when you're up front like he is. However, we've seen that he's got the composure, he can finish, he's got incredible dribbling. He's one of those players where as soon as he picks up the ball, you know what he wants to do. He wants to cut inside. You know what he's going to do, but they can't stop him. The defenders cannot stop him. And I think if Jose Mourinho was to let him go this summer, it would be massively unjust, and he definitely deserves to stay at United. And also, you've got to think, I know we don't like talking about how much money we've spent, but we spent a fair bit on him, didn't we?
Yeah, we still put a large bit of investment into Martial. Webby, Lloyd wants to ask you, does he stay and is he going? What are your thoughts on Martial?
Oh, of course, I want him to stay. He's going to get enough playing time. Obviously, since Sanchez come in, he's not started a lot of games. But he's going to play 20-plus games a season, possibly more. The season's going to be big, depending on how far we go in the Cup. So the kids should give him a new contract, but it's all about the World Cup, what kind of World Cup. He has a decent World Cup. He rules his move. He's got 12 months left at United. He's not going to sign. Will United get big dough? It's an important summer for him and the club with Martial. I'd love him to stay. Plenty of games for him for the next coming season. So I don't see no problem. Obviously, the press are making moves about him and Rashford are both being... How can Rashford be unhappy? He's from Manchester. He's living the dream. He's in England international. He's going to go to the World Cup. And the press are just trying to make stories on it. I heard someone say, well, Rashford needs to play more than 20 games a season. He's played 20-odd. 25 plus already, so...
Webby, it's almost as if they make it up as they go along, isn't it?
They do. But it sells papers, it sells stories, so they are going to do it. But I hope he stays, I really do. But let's see what the summer brings at the World Cup.
0345 111 7625. If you're listening, give us a call. If you're watching, the numbers on your screen. Local call charge applies. Get your calls in now. We've only got about half an hour left. We're halfway through the show. We're trying to get as many of you on as possible to have your say about Manchester United. Do so now. 0345 111 7625. So go anything you want about United. I think we've got our next caller. It's going to be Ben. Ben, you want to talk about transfers?
Yeah, mate. How you doing, lads? You all right?
Very well, Ben. You good?
Yeah, good. First things first, I agree with Webby. We've got to get De Gea locked down before anything and everything. Just give him what... Did you see that save? Obviously, you've seen that save at the weekend, innit?
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. It's not just that. It's every game he's throwing one of them out, And you've got to realise, you look at all the criticism he got when he first started, the mistake in the Charity Shield against City, then the West Brom goal, it was like a little skeleton, and in those pictures you've seen where he's bulked up, and he's the best goalkeeper in the world, and I think that's why Michael Oliver sent Booth off on last night. He didn't make him in his top 5 goalkeepers in the world, which we found it very, very strange. But you spot on there. We need to, before anyone coming in, we need to get that kid locked down to a big deal.
He could also be United captain next year.
Yeah.
If he carries on the way he's going, like obviously, if he carries on doing the things he's doing, he could go down as the best keeper in history because he's doing worldies every game.
Yeah, and he's not that old, is he? So he continue to do the great,
It didn't help last night when that Real Madrid keeper dropped that third one, and I thought that phone's ringing now. Turn that fax machine off.
As well, I was watching the tunnel cam of the City game, and he made a little error, didn't he, for the second goal? And he was walking through the tunnel, going back to change room. He's punching everything, he's slapping everything. And the goalkeeper coach even had to go to him and say, "Look, just relax, it's all right."
Yeah.
He's so angry with himself.
Just shows you that he loves United, and it hurts him when something goes wrong.
I honestly think he's staying. I think he knows that he's appreciated and he's loved. I generally think, obviously don't get too happy, but I think he's going to stay. He knows what he's worth. But the 2 players I want to see come in the summer, like I said to you guy on the phone, is that Samuel Otamendi from Barcelona. The guy's a beast. I know they lost 4-3, 4-4 the other night, but that happens. He's just like a defender. He's exactly the same built as Lukaku. He's like a beast. And the other one is that Samuel, the left back for Juventus. Samuel Alonso.
Samuel Alonso. We'll double check that for you. But yeah, why? What have you seen from him?
He just like he's seen it like last night in Madrid as well. He's just up and down the wing, up and down. He can get the tackles in, and I think that's what Mourinho likes.
Did you mean?
You might as well forget about Shaw now. He's gone.
Did you mean Umtiti, by the way, when you were talking about the Barcelona defenders?
Samuel Umtiti, sorry. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was a bit confused then. I was like, Otamendi?
Otamendi, yeah, I was going to say. But yeah, so you think that it's got to be key to strengthen our defence. A lot of people throwing rumours around about attacking players coming in. Are you happy where United are at the moment with the attack?
You know, on Saturday proved our point. First half we played the Mourinho way, second half we played the Manchester United way. When did we ever play like that? You know why we played that way? Because he's playing Pogba in his position in the second half. Did you hear the interview Pogba done with Henry after the game on Sky?
No, I didn't see. What did he say?
Go on, tell us.
Well, he was doing the analysing of the game, weren't he? The screen. And he said to Pogba, because why don't you do that every week? He goes, because where I'm playing every week, if I go that far forward, we lose our shape.
Yeah.
Playing him out of position. Do you know what I mean? I think up front, if we can play the players in the right position, I think we're sorted there. I think we need like a left back, centre back, and possibly a right back.
There's the list then. So Ben, you set your stall out nicely there. All them defenders will make Manchester United a strong team. Answer the question then that we got a text in. Can you see United winning the title under Mourinho?
You asked me that question.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't think we can't. Because the first half in the Man City, that's how he sets the team out. We got in their box once. Second half, I don't know what went through him. Fair play to him. He's got to change his ways. He's got to change. I know he's stubborn in his ways and all that, but he's done it on Saturday. Why can't we play that from the start? Like, why can't we do that every game? Set out let's just go and try and score 3-4 goals.
Ben raises a good point, Ben. Thank you very much for your call. Do you agree with Ben? Let us know. Get in the comment section. Give us a call like Alex has done. Alex, you agree with Gaz I've got on my comments. What do you agree with Gaz with?
I just agree about the transfer situation, about keeping the players instead of buying these big names, because it doesn't work. Just like I said, it really doesn't. We need, for me, I think it's just a centre-back and left-back, just like the last caller said. That's all we need. I think we need to look at the bigger picture as well. We need to look at why are we not on Man City's level? It's not because we don't have the players to compete with them. That's not true. It's really because of the tactics, and I hate saying this about Mourinho because I really, really like the guy, but his tactics are too outdated now. The way football is, it's fast, it's attacking. Look at Liverpool. They don't have the best players. They have James Milner as their captain, but look, they're in the semi-final of the Champions League, and dare I say it, oh my goodness, they could win the Champions League. What a disaster would that be?
They're also behind us in the league.
Yeah, but he raises a good point, doesn't he? Because, I mean, you say they're behind us in the league, guys, and that's true, but City are just too far ahead now, so they're never going to really catch up and win the league. But where would you rather be? Third in the semi-finals of the Champions League, or second and knocked out by Sevilla?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're completely right. I'd rather be in the semis. But to be honest, I sort of think that maybe Jose just doesn't have faith in the team as much as he should do, and some of the results, especially against the big teams recently, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, have maybe proven to Jose that some of those players are better than he actually thought they were in the first place, and hopefully next season he can take the shackles off a little bit, and if not, we can bring in a few defenders to give him that he's actually got confidence in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was waiting for your response there, Alex, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that completely, and I would definitely give Mourinho more chance to. But if next season and he doesn't change his ways and it's the same kind of play, and we don't go for the jugular until we're 2-0 down in these games like Crystal Palace and Man City, I think we really need to start looking at what else is out there, like Pochettino, because it's not the United way. And yes, to answer the question whether I think Mourinho can win the Premier League with Man United, I think he can. But I think that's not the question we should be answering. It's who can win the league consistently. Because Mourinho, for me, can't. I don't think, because he'll leave. It's very likely that he'll leave if he does win the Premier League, which would be great. But we need to start looking at who's going to take the club forward and who's the future for me.
Alex, great call, Alex. You make some mega points there. Let us know if you agree with Alex on the comment section on YouTube and Facebook. Text us 87711. If you are listening, give us a call. Get your points in. Matt is on the line next. We'll speak to Matt soon. Ben made the statement. Ben and Alex both disagree. Well, both the same questions, put some different answers. Ben said, no, Mourinho won't win the Premier League under United. Alex said yes, but maybe not consistently. The question I put to both of you quickly: will you see United win the title under Jose Mourinho? Gaz?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. But I do agree with what the callers have said about if next season the style of football is exactly the same as it is this year. And, you know, I think with the point that you made then about the fact that we were 2-0 down at Crystal Palace, 2-0 down at City, and that's when we started playing, it's because that's what happens when he takes the shackles off. I just hope that he's learnt that now, and next year it can be completely different.
Gaz? Oh, yes. Webby, sorry.
Yes, of course we can win the league under Mourinho. Like you're saying, this year's not been... I know we got to look at a few disappointing performances, but so have City. If they wouldn't have had that 18 unbeaten run, we could have gone like 2 points behind them or something on Saturday, you know, and the pressure's right on. You know, they wobble at Spurs on Saturday. We beat West Brom, the league's back on.
Hey, you heard it here first. Right, let's get to our final call for this section before we take a quick break, and it is Alex. Oh, no. Sorry, I just spoke to Alex. It's Matt. Matt, how are you doing, Matt?
Yeah,
Matt, you're talking about the derby. We've not really focused too much on the derby as yet, but that's what you want to talk about.
Obviously, I watched the game on Sky on Sunday. With regarding about the Manchester derby. Obviously, I am realising that, you know, with a few players, what we're leaving on. Obviously, gone to the Etihad against City, spoiling their party. Yeah. Was a massive boost for us. And obviously, what you then said about can Jose win the title next season? I would say. I mean, if we get...
It's a difficult one, isn't it, Matt? It's a difficult one.
It is very difficult. And obviously, because I do watch a lot of your fan cam videos on such as YouTube and all that. And obviously, I'm coming to the game against West Brom on Saturday. You know, come to the West Brom game on Sunday.
Come and say hello to us then, Matt.
Come and say hello, Matt.
Matt, don't come on Saturday. You'll be 24 hours early.
He wants to come on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, don't come on Saturday.
Hang on.
Hang on, you're going to change your travel now. Matt, simple question. Just a one-word answer. Will Mourinho win the title with United, yes or no? That's your one word, Matt. Matt, I'm a jockey.
Well, hopefully I would say next season lucky, I would say yes.
Put it here first. Matt, thank you very much for calling. Oh, sorry, Matt.
Cheers for that, guys. Brilliant.
Cheers, Matt. Have a good one. See you later, Matt. Matt, you got to see Matt in the fan cams. This is the Full-Time Devils Takeover. Thank you very much for watching. Right, so we've got about, I'd say, 20 minutes left. We can probably get about a couple more of yous on. So give us a call now, 0345 111 7625. Get on and have your say. This is the show on Full-Time Devils where you can put your points, whatever they are, to the Full-Time Devils crew and let them answer it. And we'll get to your comments very soon. So stay with Full-Time Devils Takeover in Excess Manchester. We'll be right back after this. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the Full-Time Devils Takeover with Gaz and Webby. Make sure you subscribe to Full-Time Devils and go and like them on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. Tweet free FTD. Get Full-Time Devils back on Twitter. And whilst you're there, give us a like at XS Manchester and make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. Gaz is on the YouTube. As my gran calls it. The comments, Gaz. Why are you laughing?
I've just seen some of these comments on here, unbelievable. That's why Chris keeps me
What was
away.
the Chris Brunt one?
People are debating various players to bring to United. Peter Crouch is currently in the equation, but to be fair, people were raving about that Ronaldo goal the other night. Peter Crouch has scored about 4 better than that.
Yeah,
Crouchy
exactly.
for United will win the league.
Do you remember that? Do you remember during January, Crouchy was linked with Chelsea and it was the best story I've ever heard in my life. Keep your comments coming on YouTube and make sure you go on Facebook as well and watch them there. Text us 87711 if you are listening and get your calls in nice and, not nice and early now. We'll probably get one more caller in, so 0345 111 7625. John, you're on the line. John, you want to bring up a point which I can agree with and maybe not go out and splash the cash. John, what should United be doing?
Yeah, they need to be looking closer to home, to be honest. We've got some great lads there in the U team. I was saying before, we got Timbo on loan, we got Dimitri Mitchell, Joel Riley doing really well. The last two, both fast wingers that have now become wing backs. I really think that Jose should be looking to the academy. We've got the players. I'd like to know the guys' thoughts, to be honest.
Evening, John. How are you, pal?
Hi, Webber. Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
How's that little star of mine? Behaving?
Yeah, good, thanks, yeah.
Good, he's a top man. He's a top man, he is. You spot on, mate. I know you go and watch a lot of the matches.
Well, can we bring up the youth game that you want to talk about?
We can throw this in. Obviously, I know you're going to be there on Saturday, mate, up at Leeds Sports Village. 12 o'clock kick-off, United under-18s versus City under-18s.
Well,
Need a point to win the league. Point to win the league. 2 games left. People are not doing anything. Sure, it'll be free admission. Get along to Leeds Sports Village. It's free to get in. Support the Reds and let's lift the under-18s title.
And could you see any of them future lads?
Oh yeah, there's loads of them. There's loads of them. Obviously, the kid Mason Greenwood's getting all the thing, and rightly so. You know, he's 16 and he's scoring for fun. There's loads of kid name all the team. Hopefully they'll stick together. They'll get a chance, like John was saying. They're a great team, and like you're saying, the top of the league. 1 more point, they'll win the league.
John, are you happy that McTominay's been brought into the side this year by Jose? He's worked with him well, and he looks like a class player.
Definitely, yeah. He's possibly one of those, when you're watching him for the under-21s at the time, you probably wouldn't have said he'd make it, but he had a massive growth spurt and he's come on, he's done really, really well. I think he's had a bit of coaching with Darren Ferguson and
Chris has just faded in the corner. Oh, sorry, John.
And Carrick more recently, he's really come on, and I think we need to be looking at some of the youth players there. Not necessarily some of the obvious ones, because there's some cracking talent there at that level, both at the academy and under 23 level.
John, thank you very much for your call. Cheers, John. Legend, John. Enjoy the game on the Saturday. We're going to go from John. I assume he's in Greater Manchester region to LA. Terence. Are you there, Terence?
California.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you, mate? You well? All the way in LA?
I'm very well. It's
America.
sunny and I'm awake. That's good.
It's raining over here. I can't tell you. Well, it's not. It's cloudy. Terence, what do you want to say about Manchester United?
Well, it was the question, can Mourinho win the Premier League? Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it that he can win the Premier League, but only if he gets to be manager long term.
And how many years do you see? How many years do you think United are going to give Jose to sort things out and to win the league?
I'm not sure how many years they're going to give him, but I think they would give. It's a question of whether he can handle the fact that the board will not buy the players that we need in the summer. I think. Well, basically, he can only add maybe 3 experienced players a season without more support. The Glazers, they're always going to siphon off profits so that Man City will continue to outspend us in the midterm, I think.
Yeah. Terence, have you seen Zlatan out and about over in LA?
Yes. Yeah, that amazing goal.
Oh, yeah, what a goal it was.
I've got a season ticket at Galaxies, but we lost 2-0.
Have you really got a season ticket at Galaxy? So did you see that goal firsthand then?
I didn't, because my son couldn't come with me and I wasn't going to go without him.
Fair enough.
So I sold my tickets, but I watched it online. It was amazing.
Terence, thank you very much for your call. What time is it over there?
Yeah. What's that?
What time is it over there in LA?
I think it's coming up to about 11.
11, you got the rest of the day ahead of you.
Teddy, have you got a pool? You got a swimming pool?
I live in an apartment. There's a small pool here, yeah.
I was thinking you're going to come and do the show soon from your place.
Summer, Terence.
We'll look after them, Terence.
Yeah, I would love to see you guys if you come over. I'd be really stoked to meet you, but
we won't fit in the pool, probably.
Me and you won't, Joe.
Tell you what, mate.
What are we trying to say?
You get some tea bags in, we'll bring the radio equipment, and we'll do it over summer.
We'll have a good laugh. Terence,
Cheers,
thank you very much for your call there, Terence. Enjoy LA. I think we should have Tom on the line. We'll speak to Tom in a second. We've got a game on the weekend, and it's an interesting one. Not really much to go for, essentially. Just secure second.
Joe, they lose at Wembley.
Stop it, Webby. Stop it.
They lose at Wembley. We win on Sunday. Game on.
Right, we'll speak more about West Ham after we speak to Tom. Tom, you want to talk about the left-handed side. Tom, you're the final caller of the evening. Welcome to the Full-Time Devils Takeover Exos Manchester. What do you want to say? Sorry, Tom, can you hear us?
Yep, hello.
Yeah, carry on. What would you like to say?
Basically, I just want to talk about the left-hand side, yeah. I run sort of my own United podcast, and we've been sort of debating over the past couple of weeks, but basically one of the points I want to raise is that an issue for me at United at the moment is that, we have Alexis, Sanchez and Rashford, all sort of left-sided players, and it seems that none of them can either work on the right-hand side. So, he's played Rashford there some times against Seville. He played Martial there against Tottenham at Wembley. It didn't work. When Sanchez was originally brought in, obviously he played on the right-hand side of Barcelona and Udinese, but Mourinho seems to be reluctant to use him there. We saw Mkhitaryan. So basically, we only have Mata that can play on the right-hand side. And I just think that...
We're losing you a bit. We're losing you a bit, Tom. Tom, we're going to just leave it there because we literally got about 2 minutes left. But I got the gist of Tom's point. I do understand that. The one thing he was going to add to that, I've got his notes here, is that Bale would sort out the problem. So more United fans thinking that Bale will be good for United at Old Trafford.
A lot of money, mate. A lot of money.
It depends. We don't know how much it is yet, do we?
I'd rather a player that actually fits in the squad, and I don't know, mate.
Okay, right, so let's talk actually about West Brom. I know you're saying that. It's on.
Believe.
I'm walking. Say it one more time.
Guys, let's talk about the game. I mean, what I'm saying is, it might be on, but second place, do you think that's secured yet? You still got to keep going for it.
No, not at all, especially with Liverpool, the confidence they're going to have at the minute. Look, let's just keep going. We should be able to secure second place for us towards the end of the season, and I think if we win the FA Cup, which everyone keeps saying as if it's like we're there's a big chance of us winning it. Yeah. We've got a massive game against Spurs to win. if we win the FA Cup, we can look back and we can say, right, there's been improvement that season to what happened last season, which there has been. If we don't win the FA Cup, obviously it's just been a bit of a meh, really. But I do still think that Jose's getting to know his team a little bit more. The players are gelling together. We've seen Lukaku this season and going into next year. I honestly think that not too much needs changing. And what I mean by that is, in terms of transfers, I don't think we need to bring in a whole host of new players, just players that fit in the team.
Hey, only asked you what score it would be on.
Did you?
Yeah,
No.
I'm joking.
Right, we've got 30 seconds left.
3-1.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
We're
going to win the league.
What's going to happen, Gaz? Score prediction?
3-0.
3-0, you're over 3-0.
So
right, guys, thank you very much for coming on. Webby, thank you as well. This has been the Full-Time Devils takeover on XS Manchester. What you need to do now is watch the whole thing again, subscribe to Full-Time Devils, head over to Facebook, like Full-Time Devils and XS Manchester, and thank you very much for being a part of this show. Make sure you're back next Thursday as well. Right, coming up, Jim is on with a bit of Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam, Black Keys, New Order, Kasabian, The Killers, Arcade Fire. What else do you need? We're back next Thursday.
The XS Manchester